everybody, it's Amy from Winterwoods Studio and welcome to today's art chat. Let's see, what are we doing today? I have this box open. This is the rest of the stuff I got with my birthday money. And we're just going to talk about life and I don't really know what I'm going to talk about in this video other than opening this. It's going to be a mishmash video again where I put stuff together, I think. I may be talking a little bit about Folktale week. I might swatch the rest of my Neocolor 2s. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. So grab yourself something cozy to drink and we'll start by opening this up. Okay, so this is the stuff that I got with the rest of my birthday money. And there's not a ton in here. This isn't like a major art haul or anything. It was just some stuff I specifically wanted for Folktale week, along with some paper from Blick that is coming but hasn't come yet. Yeah. So the first thing I got was another marker organizer. I don't know if you can see it. You can see the edge. I've got my Copics and my Ohuhus over here now. I moved things around. They used to be back over there, but I moved my box of colored pencils back there to have more room to like work, to edit and do voiceovers and to work on my big XP Pen Artist Pro tablet. So I've got these over here and I had the Midtone and Pastel set from the last Ohuhu video I did for them and I wanted to have more of them out. So I got this organizer. This is my favorite organizer. This is the 5th time I bought one of these. These are, I think, 4 stacked on each other, I think. Yeah, so I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on what I have here. And then this will be another set. So that was the first thing I got. And then I got, not really an art supply, but I got a little speaker for in here so I could listen to music while I'm working. Specifically, I was hoping to listen to some nice Christmas music. And yes, I know it's still early in November, but you may have seen in the little intro I did to the art chat that it was looking kind of fall-y. But now fall is over. It's October, Friday, October the 27th, and they're saying snow tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. I think they're just saying like an inch for tomorrow, but then for Halloween, they're saying, I think 1 to 3 or 2 to 4 inches. And then the week after that, they're saying 3 to 6. And it's never supposed to really get warm enough to melt. So I think this might be the last day of fall. So we might pop in some more footage here so you can see what happens with that. But like I said, it is the end of October. I'm getting ready for Folktale Week, an art challenge hopefully I get to actually participate in since I'm not running it. The info for that will be all down below. And these 2 things I specifically got for it. I got the Derwent Graphatint paint set. The Derwent Graphatint paint set. And then I also got the Derwent Graphatint colored pencils. I was really liking the, I saw them and the colors they looked like, you know, folktale-y to me. I thought they would be great for, the muted colors would be great for Folktale week. Yeah, I'm really excited to try them. Let's see if we can open these up and look inside. I hope everybody had a good Painttober and enjoyed it very much. Here this is the whole set. They don't have a whole ton of them, but this is the whole line. Let's see if I can scoot up there. There are all the colors. And then we have the Graphatint paint pan set. I've been feeling kind of mixed media-ish lately. So I'm excited to try these. Is this tape shut? So there we have the little open set. It looked like this when I took it out of the box. There's a little like translucent, it's translucent of the colors. And then there's the actual stuff that's inside. There you go. They kind of just look all dark. They kind of look just dark in there, but we'll be for sure swatching these this week. I'm actually really excited for November. The Painttober was a lot of work and I actually didn't get to do as much art as I wanted or anywhere near as much art as I wanted. So I'm actually looking forward to November and winter, and I'm going to try to slow down a little bit. I'm really going to focus on just like YouTube and Patreon. I may even, I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm going to try to slow down a little bit, and I for sure want to do Folktale week for me. I even wrote a little story. I don't know if anybody will see it, but maybe. So I'm looking forward to that. I also heard that there's a new feature on YouTube where if you say, please subscribe to my channel, the subscribe button down below turns into like a little rainbowy thing, and then if you actually click it, it does little glitter. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard they're testing it and it's out there. So if you see that on my video, if you do subscribe and see it, let me know. I'm all about rainbows and glitters, so if anybody sees that, I'd love to know. And please subscribe. You'll be seeing this in November, but it's still Painttober for me, so we're still going like crazy. And then we'll have the week after where I'm giving away everything and having to package everything up and stuff, so that's going to be busy too. But I really am looking forward to, well, I guess winter now. And just painting and making some art. Yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going to go with the YouTube this winter. I want to focus on my art, and I'm not sure how that's going to translate to YouTube, if I'm just going to do more art chats like this where you see me working on stuff during the week and we have a little talk. Miss Furrita's making a ton of noise. I think she wants to see you. Hang on, I'll go get her. She's here. She says, I want to get out and play a little bit, Mommy. She says, I want to get out and play. She does. She says, I want to play. She says, I'm just a cutie. Oh, she's not. It's a little chilly. Because it's getting cold, obviously. And she has not gotten already acclimated for winter yet. No. Yes. So she has a little new house coming today, and it's shaped like a strawberry, and it's super cute, but also I think it's going to be a lot warmer than the house she has now. So I'm excited for that to come. I'm waiting for UPS so I can set up her new little house. She says, I can't wait either, Mom. She says, let's go play. She says, let's go play. Let's go play. So if there's anything you'd specifically like to see this winter on this channel, or videos you'd like to see made, or anything like that, drop that down below, because I'm looking for ideas. Yeah, or anything that you really like to see that I haven't been doing a lot of. I do know, like, the full-length tutorials, that's not going to be a thing on this channel. I'll do like speed paintings or drawings and like give you tips and tricks, but the full-length ones are going to be reserved for over on Patreon now, mostly because like those videos, they can be like 3 hours to 7 hours long, and the amount of people that watch it all the way through isn't very good, so it was damaging my YouTube analytics. So those will be over on Patreon when I have time to do them, because as much as I do like to teach and share stuff, I really want to focus on my art, and if I'm only ever doing like a tutorial every week, it's just too much, and I don't have time for myself. So I guess I don't have to do a thing where I tell you what we're gonna do next. I'll just film a little bit later in the week some more and add it on to this. I want to swatch these. I want to organize the oh-hoo-hoos in here, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but Jerry's was kind enough to send me one of their oil and acrylic swatching painter's diaries in the prize pack that's for everybody else. There was one for me. So I kind of want to swatch all my oil paints and my acrylics in here too. That could be something fun to do. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we should be doing a little more art and talking about our journeys and stuff. I don't know. So I am going to go do something else. I'll be back. We're very near the end of October. Tomorrow is Halloween. And I am thinking more and more about Folktale Week. I got these two supplies to try specifically for Folktale Week. I'm planning to do a lot of mixed media, but I thought the palette of these would be really, really pretty for like a Folktale inspired project. They're kind of muted. These are the Derwent Graphatints that you saw me open earlier in the video. We're going to swatch the pencils, and then we'll do the paints as well. And we'll see how they look. I have not tried these before, and in fact, I haven't really tried any of the Derwent products. The only other thing I have is a handful of their Derwent Light Fast pencils, and I think like 4 of the Inktense blocks. So I'm a Derwent newbie. Actually, let's label this so I know what page this is later on. I thought while we did this, we could talk a little bit about momentum in art. I've been thinking about that a lot this week. I used to think like I'd get bored with a project and then just stop working on it. And then I was really thinking about it. I was looking at all the projects I hadn't finished and I was thinking about it. And I don't think that's the case at all. I think what tends to happen when I don't finish a project is, for whatever reason, I get interrupted for a day. And I don't think it really matters like what interrupts me, but for a day or 2 days or 3, I don't work on the project, and then I have a really, really, really hard time going back to that project and working on it some more. It seems like I have to have a certain level of momentum going, and once I lose that, I often will not return to the project no matter how excited I was to start it in the first place. And it seems like the longer I take a break, whether it's just because life happens or I'm sick or we have a lot going on or whatever, the less likely I am to go back to the project and finish it unless I have some sort of deadline where I have to. I was looking through all of my unfinished projects this weekend and wondering like what made me quit, why didn't I finish them? And the more I thought about it, the more I realized like when I have that first burst of inspiration and I get really excited to work on something, I have to pretty much ride that all the way to the end. And when I can't do that for whatever reason, I often won't finish the project at all. And I was wondering if anybody else has that issue, and if so, how do you deal with it? Because life happens and we can't always continue a project from, every day in a row until we finish it. So what motivates you to come back and pick up your paints or your pencils or whatever you're doing and come back and finish the project? I think one of the best things about this YouTube channel for me has been I'm forced to finish projects because I need to for the video. And that actually I've finished more projects than I have ever done in my life since I started the YouTube channel. Purely because I had to make the videos. But there were some projects that I've been working on and off that I really want to finish, and I can't seem to go back to it and actually work up the interest to finish, even though I was so excited to start them, and they're hanging on my wall, not done. And I'd like to finish them, but it's like I've lost all interest to go back and finish it. So clearly, not losing momentum is really, really important for me in my art. Did I screw this up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I'm okay. And it does seem like when I have enough uninterrupted time to finish something from start to finish, that's when something gets finished unless I force myself to finish it. But how do you keep momentum if you have to take a day off? Like, how do you keep going? What brings you back to finish something when you're starting to lose interest in it? And do you always go back and finish something if you've lost interest in it? I know a lot of people will say when they get bored, they don't come back. It's a sign that they don't want to finish it, or they don't feel like the inspiration was flowing. They didn't want to finish it, so they just don't go back. I'm really loving these colors of these Graphatint pencils. They all have that slightly muddy gray from the graphite. That sort of makes them all cohesive and all together. Let's see, where am I at now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm at this light green one. I keep losing track because I'm talking and drawing at the same time. I do know I tend to be a little bit flighty as far as like not finishing things. I do have to tend to force myself sometimes to do that. But that feels kind of wrong when it's art, although I do it, especially if it's for like a YouTube video like I was talking about earlier. So I guess for me, keeping the momentum sustained and going is very important for inspiration and keeping the piece going, I guess. Did I do 2 of those in a row? They look very similar. I don't think I did. I think they're just pretty similar, maybe. That's weird. I got these, I think, from Amazon, and there's one of them has, do you see that line there? It's like the pencil broke and they glued it back together right there. I've never seen anything like that. I don't generally buy my art supplies from Amazon anymore unless I have to. It seems like there's often a problem. Anyway, I'm going to continue swatching these. I may pop in some music or a voiceover. Maybe I thought of something else to say about momentum in art. And I will be back in a minute. I did actually think of something else to say about momentum in art. Who knew? I was thinking about not just an individual piece, but like just creating art on a daily basis. The longer I go without creating art, the harder it is for me to get started again. So there's momentum there as well, isn't there? If I'm, not keeping the momentum going and trying to at least sketch every day, let alone do like a bigger piece or work on a bigger piece, it can be very, very, very hard to get going. Yeah, it's almost like I partially get scared. Like I'm afraid I forgot how to do it, and that when I finally sit down, I'm not going to remember how to draw or paint or use the materials. Does that happen to anybody else, or is it just me? Maybe I'm just weird. And I love art, and I love how I feel while I'm creating art and after I'm done creating art. I mean, it's not even like one of those things that, like exercise where I'm glad I did it when I'm done. I actively like making art, while I'm making it from the minute I sit down. And yet sometimes, especially if I've taken a break, there's this huge resistance to get started again that just isn't there if I'm making the effort to do it on a daily basis, which is kind of weird if you think about it. And it's not even about like getting all the art supplies out and then cleaning up afterwards or anything like that. I'm not really sure where the resistance is coming from or what exactly it's about, because I like the whole process. I like the materials. I think it's maybe, like I said, a little bit of that fear. And then, I don't know, maybe it's like self-sabotage or something. I can't really explain it. So, I mean, that's keeping up a momentum as well in like a daily practice. If I don't keep up that momentum, it's a problem as well. And sometimes, like, I feel like even just taking a break for whatever reason, that often seems to kick off some art block for me. I guess because I'm giving myself time to be afraid or worry that I'm going to fail or that I'm not any good or I won't remember how to do it. I'm still not sure exactly what it is, but that definitely seems to be what kicks off an art block for me, is when I don't have time or I don't make time to create on a daily basis or near daily basis. Okay, those are all the pencils. Now we'll move on to the paint pans. And I was also thinking I would like to get out since these are graphatints, I have some water-soluble graphite that I wanted to test out. Some sticks that I got in my last art haul, which I can drop the link to down below. And since this is graphatint, it seems only fitting to test the water-soluble graphite today as well. So I think I might get those out when we're done here. See, there's a little tiny travel paintbrush here that we will try out at some point, but not today. Today we're just going to do the paints. So we'll just dab a little water on all the paints here. I guess momentum and motivation have a lot in common for me. I guess if momentum is what usually motivates me, what can I find to motivate me after the momentum is gone, or if I lose the momentum? That would be something to think about, I guess. I do like to switch around from different media to different media because that does tend to keep me more interested in creating art, but you don't want to switch media in the middle of a project. All right, let's swatch these. I think we'll go straight down. I'm glad I got the paints and the pencils. I figured probably a lot of the colors might overlap, but these are much more richer. They're richer and more saturated than the pencils, so I'm really glad I got the paints too and not just the pencils. This one's a really pretty color. Which one is that? That is the green gray. That's pretty. Do we have a green gray pencil? Maybe this one?
So this was the day where we woke up. It was Halloween morning, and we woke up to snow. And it snowed for the rest of the day. So I'm going to cut away here from the swatching for a minute and show you some footage of our Halloween snowstorm. So this is actually the dusting we got the day before Halloween. This was the calm before the storm. And here is what actually happened. And I actually thought it was over at this point, but I was wrong. It got much worse in the afternoon. This is what happened in the afternoon. So now it's, I guess, November 2nd, and we still have some snow out there. It melted a little bit this morning. I'm hoping it melts. They were saying 5 to 10 inches for this weekend, but now they're saying maybe just a lot of rain instead, which would not be the worst thing in the world because I'm not quite ready for winter. And I broke my snowshoes last winter, so I need to get a new pair before we get trapped in the house with lots of snow. So, and the kids have to try on their cross-country ski boots and all of that. So we have stuff to do before it can be winter.
And there are all the paints. I'm just going to open the pencils again and see if there's like an overlap of the colors. So for example, this first one is Autumn Brown. Oh, Port. It is labeled. I don't think they are overlaps. I don't think they're the same. Here's the Dark Indigo. This one is the Dark Indigo, and then this is also the Dark Indigo. So actually quite a big difference in color there, huh? I'm glad I got the paints too. These are very pretty and very muted and folktale-y. I like them very much. I'm gonna grab my water-soluble graphite and we'll swatch those too. So I ran and got my water-soluble graphite. I had these pencils and I had one of these out the other day and I wanted to swatch all of them and I cannot for the life of me remember where I put the other pencil. So we'll have to swatch the ones I have because I can't remember where I put the other one. And then these were really what I wanted to swatch. So let's get these open. These are the water-soluble graphite sticks. The next thing I'd like to get for working with mixed media is some like Posca markers, paint pens, something like that, an acrylic paint pen. So these are the graphite sticks, and like I was saying a second ago, the next thing I'd really like to try for mixed media work is some paint pens, paint markers. Some nice, good quality, light, fast ones. All right, we're starting with the 4B. Ooh, that's nice. It's smooth. It feels kind of silky going down. It feels so weird. It feels odd, like a giant pencil. And then we'll do the 6B. I just got these off Amazon. I don't think they're like a special brand or anything. I wanted to get the pot of graphite, water-soluble graphite, but it was a lot more expensive than these, so I figured I didn't even know if I liked them or not. I figured I better try these and see what I think first. Okay, so let's wet these now. Ooh, that's nice. That's kind of like an opaque, gritty, grainy type texture. Ooh. I love the texture. That would be really nice for some under textures on some watercolor paper. Very nice. Good for illustration work. All right, let's try these pencils now too. Actually, I think these are all the pencils and I just wasted a bunch of time looking. I think there was, if I remember right, there was actually a paintbrush in here along with the pencils. Yep, there's 5 pencils. So I just wasted a bunch of time looking for a pencil that never existed because it was the paintbrush I took out. All right, let's start with, we'll go with HB. We'll work from softest to hardest. So there's the HB. And then we'll go to the 2B. I kind of feel like these ones up here, the cheap sticks that I got, don't seem like they're different hardnesses, even though they were supposed to be. Like, these feel very clearly different hardnesses. I'm clearly getting softer as we go. So I'm not sure what to say about these cheap ones that I got. They're pretty and textured, but I don't think they're a huge amount of difference in softness. I will link all these supplies down below, of course, in case you would like to try any of them. If you do click on any of them, they are affiliate links, and I do get a small percentage of the sale. You guys are not charged any more or any extra, so it's a wonderful way to support the channel and help me make more videos without having to, like, you know, pay for a Patreon or anything. You get to get an art supply you wanted anyway. And I get a small commission from it. Oh, these are definitely very different as opposed to these sticks, which I did not feel like there was much of a difference. These are very different. The sticks might be fun for large areas, but if you're looking for different hardnesses, I'd definitely go with the pencils. The other thing I wanted to do this week is I did not get to finish the swatching of my Caran D'ache Neocolor 2s during the last live stream. These were from my husband for my birthday. It was my birthday present. So I'm going to swatch these as well. These are also a supply I'm going to be using during Folktale week. I would assume fairly heavily, I would think. So we're going to turn the page and continue on with the swatching. I like how they have the nice glassine sheet in between to protect these. This is the Jerry's Watercolor Painter's Diary. These Neocolor 2s are water soluble. And how was I doing these? Oh yeah. It is currently October 30th while I'm filming this. Tomorrow is Halloween. We also have a winter storm advisory for tonight. If we do happen to get a bunch of snow, I will make sure to include this in the art chat so you guys can see the before and after. I probably started the video with the before. Our nice pumpkins and our fallish yard. It's funny how fast everything goes. It was basically still fall like 2 weeks ago, and then it got cold. Well, first all the leaves came off. We had a ton of rain and all the leaves came off, and then it got cold just Saturday, just a couple days ago. And I think it's going to be a sudden winter, and it's not, if we do get snow, I don't think it's going to melt, so we'll see what happens. It's always a lot of fun to trick or treat in the snow. Anyway, so Painttober is drawing to a close. We are almost to the end of October. It was a ton of work. Turns out I cannot run a challenge and participate in it at the same time. So I'm really, as much fun as it was, and I know everybody really enjoyed it, I'm kind of missing having some art time for myself, so I'm actually really looking forward to that. Okay, everybody, sorry about that. My SD card is full again. I am not sure what I was talking about. I think I was talking about Patreon and, oh yeah, and Sketchbook Club. Yeah, so everybody liked the motivation of the Painttober so much that, and like the prizes and stuff, we're going to keep doing that over in Painttober, or over in Sketchbook Club. So, for sure every month we're going to give away a $15 gift card to an art supply store, and I'd like to increase that as I earn more income from my Patreon, but that's where we're starting for now. And I do actually have some prizes as well to give away at the end of November, the start of December for my sketchbook club. That's the $4 tier over on Patreon. I'm going to give away a set of the 12 Turner acryl gouaches and also a set of the 24 Turner acryl gouaches along with the gift card. So if you really liked Painttober and you want to continue having the extra incentive to create art and you like having a prompt list to work from, then I would highly suggest that you head on over to my Patreon and join my sketchbook club level. That's only $4 a month, that tier. So that you can continue having that as a encouraging, motivating resource in your art journey. Yeah, so, but for me, I get to now take November, well, not off, because I'm obviously still working, but I'm really excited to just do Folktale Week and be a participant and enjoy it. And I'm going to be working on lots of mixed media stuff actually over in my sketchbook club, or not the Patreon. Our November themes are going to be illustration and mixed media. So those are going to be the things we're going to be working on over in Patreon next month. And we are also introducing all the new tiers next month, starting, well, not in a couple days, November 1st, because it's, like I said, October 30th today. So by the time this goes up, all those new tiers will be up. I'll put a breakdown of the tiers down below again in case anybody is interested. But all the written tutorials and the exclusive Patreon video and the exclusive Patreon Zoom calls will all be working through a bunch of different illustration and mixed media type stuff and exercises and projects. And I think November is going to be really fun and relaxing. Really fun and relaxing. I'm really enjoying our group over there and having lots of fun. So if anybody else wants to join us over there, you are more than welcome. It is a very supportive, kind, caring community, and it is our little happy place in the world where we can go to enjoy beauty and happiness and get away from the darkness and ugliness and all the bad stuff in the world for a while and just create and enjoy and make friends. And I am so glad that we've been able to start it and have a place to go. So I'm going to finish swatching these. I don't know if I'll do a voiceover or some relaxing music, but I'm going to finish swatching these and then I'll come through with some water and wet the bottom row of all of these to see how they wet. And I will be back at the end. Okay, so I let this page dry overnight, and now we're going to move on to the very last page for the Caran D'ache Luminance swatching. It is Halloween today. Happy Halloween for everybody who celebrates. I think I said that we had a winter storm advisory, and that did become a thing. We got, I think, we had like 3 inches when we woke up this morning, but they extended the advisory to go until 3 this afternoon. So we will definitely be trick-or-treating in the snow tonight, which I'm not really looking forward to, but oh well. We do what we have to do, I guess. And on top of that, I'm hearing now 5 to 10 inches on Sunday. So we'll see what happens. It may be that our winter is now here. Yeah. Yeah, we get a lot of, last year we had, so the average amount of snow where I live is 12 to 14 feet of snow in a season. That's the average. Last year we got 280 inches, which is quite a bit more than average. So I guess I'm just hoping that this year isn't like last year, because last year it was kind of rough. I like snow up until Valentine's Day, and then I start to get kind of sick of it. It's a good that I love snowshoeing. I like cross-country skiing, but when it comes, you know, at Halloween, you just start to get sick of it, you know, eventually. Also, we had so much snow last year that near the end of the winter, at one point we had snow that was like 4 feet deep on the ground, and I broke my snowshoes, so I have to get a new pair this year. That's going to have to be my winter purchase, because without the snowshoes and without cross-country skiing, I do go a little stir crazy. I have to get out, so that is a necessity, not a want. So that's something that I'm going to have to be getting. This was a super long swatching video, and I'm thinking I'm just going to put the whole thing up real time. It was just like a chatty, relaxing swatching time for me. And I thought I would put it up and see what people think and if they like that or not. I'm, always looking for new video ideas. So if you are watching this and you made it this far, do you like this? Would you like to see more videos like this? I have a lot of stuff I could swatch. I could swatch all my different colored pencil collections. I could swatch all my Copics. I could swatch all my Ohuhus. I could swatch my 40-some colors of Daniel Smith watercolor paints. All my different gouaches. I have so many things I could swatch. So if this is something people like, let me know. And let me know if you think I should do more of it. I'm interested to see, there's a silver, a gold, and a copper here at the end. I'm interested to see if they're like metallic when you wet them. They're vaguely metallic as like a crayon. We'll see what I think. And last one. I don't even know how much time, how much footage I have filmed. The other thing I want to do is I'm testing out a new palette system for my acrylic paints that I'm really liking. And I want to get the rest of my acrylic paints into that palette system. I could do that at the end of this video, or if it's already pretty long, I could do it in another video. And just have like a chat. Yeah. It's funny how some of these change so much in color from when you put it down and then when you wet it. Like, some of the colors are just really different from what it looks like when you first put it down. I'd kind of like the Neocolor ones. I'm thinking I'd like some of these for mixed media painting, and that I'd like to be able to go back over them with like acrylics or something and not worry about them reactivating. I think I might want the Neocolor ones too. I guess we will see. We will see what I think. I could always use some spray fixative too. I could do my layer of acrylic and then the layer of this for like mark making, and then do a layer of spray fixative and then keep going. That would work as well. Somebody was asking in the live stream when I swatched the first page of these if they didn't dissolve totally in water. And I think this book here is a very rough cold press paper, watercolor paper, very thick, very nice. And I think that I think if you spend enough time going over and over and over, it will totally dissolve. I think you're seeing some texture because of the paper and because I just didn't spend enough time going over it, but I also think it might dry a little bit in the texture of the paper because of the paper. So there are all my colors. I think I will let these dry and then I'll come back and we'll flip through all of them again and take a look at them. Do these look metallic? They do have a faint metallic. They all have like a silver in them here. Very pretty. So I'm just going to label these and then let's flip through them. This is the whole set, the full set of the Caran D'ache Neocolor 2s. Both just as like a crayon and then wetted. The color looks pretty accurate on the camera as well. So if anybody is interested, this is, like I said, the full set, the full range of colors. Am I missing a page? It's got to be all of them. Let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's got to be all of them then. This color right here is really beautiful, and so is this one. Next summer I'm going to probably want to light fast test these. These colors down here are really beautiful for autumn. It's like an autumn palette. I've been thinking a lot about color palettes lately. I have a color palette tutorial, written tutorial for my Patreons, the top tier, going up in November. So I've been thinking about color palettes a lot lately. So I hope you enjoyed that video. It's a little different than what I would normally do. It was like an extended, long, relaxing swatching session, I guess. If you did like it, leave a comment down below, and if you'd like to join me over on Patreon, I've got all the different tiers now. The info will be down below, and I'd love to see you over there, and I love that you stuck it out to the end of this video. If you have, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. That really helps my channel, helps me support me as an artist so that I can continue to make more videos like this for you guys. And until next time, happy creating!